Let's get an engine on this thing. Okay, we got this chain rigged up. Lift the motor up. With this, you set the motor on there and then turn it so that the oil drain comes through the hole in the framework, and then you can line the holes up from underneath to bolt it down. Now that the motor's set in place, 4 bolts go up through the bottom. Once the holes are lined up, to mount the muffler will go right here, and there's a shield that comes around here. That shield is held in place by these 2 bolts that held the front axle on. So we'll zip them back out. And then this front cover's got to come off the motor, so we'll pull the spark plug wire off. These are the 2 bolts that hold the muffler support bracket. There's 2 more bolts on the side for that cover. That gets the cover off. Now the muffler and the bracket have to go on at the same time. We'll start by putting the gasket on the muffler. We can loosely start the bolts for that. Now the muffler's hanging there, slide this bracket in. Get these bolts started. Okay, the next piece to go on here will be this heat shield for the engine. It just slides back on there, and there's 4 bolts go into the frame, 2 on each side, little metric ones. Before I install the clutch, I'm going to go ahead and set the gap on it. And to do that, you stick a 16 thousandths feeler gauge in here and adjust the nut until it still slides freely without any binding. Now that's set and ready to go on. Little pointer, whenever you're using feeler gauges, I always double check with a dial caliper to make sure 2 thin ones aren't stuck together. I've had that happen before, and it took me a while to figure out why things weren't working for me. Next we'll be installing the drive belt pulley, and then the PTO goes on after that, followed by a bolt, keyway obviously. Start by putting a little anti-seize on the motor shaft. When I disassembled this, it actually came apart fairly easy, which surprised me. This will make sure it does in the future too. Slide the pulley for the drive belt up onto the shaft. Install the keyway. Tap it up in there. Tap, tap, tap-a-rooney. Before I install the clutch, I'm going to put the drive belt on. I've had to replace this drive belt before. And you have to take a whole lot of stuff apart to get that thing on there. So I'm thinking it's going to be a lot easier just to do it now. Wiring harness for the engine comes down through and plugs into the clutch. There's a little clip on there that holds it on. And we're done on the bottom side. Okay, that's going to wrap up this edition of the John Deere restoration. Finally got a motor back on it. Hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode.